Golden sands under my feet, waves crashing loud, a steady beat, palms swaying left, swaying right, endless blue from day to night. Siren calling, feel the breeze, taste the ocean, salty seas. Siren calling, hearts collide, paradise where dreams reside. Barbecue smoke fills the air, street stalls glow without a care. Red rice served with love so true, Kelligan shining in the view. Drums pounding in the distance, dance ignites the night's persistence. Saipan calling, feel the breeze, taste the ocean, salty seas. Saipan calling, hearts collide, paradise where dreams reside. Tomorrow chants, they rise, they fall, history carved in every wall. Tibian whispers, ancient lore, Saipan soul forevermore. Saipan calling, feel the breeze, taste the ocean, salty seas. Saipan calling, hearts collide, paradise where dreams reside. Saipan calling, feel the breeze, taste the ocean, salty seas. Saipan calling, hearts collide, paradise where dreams reside. Dreams reside. Dreams
All right, Marianas, good morning. It is Wednesday. Good morning, Marianas. Can you believe it? We are halfway through the week. It is hump day, and it is 7:34, and we've got a lot to get to. We've got news, we got sports, we got weather, we got traffic, we've got Landon Idlet going to be on with us today from Guam to tell us what the heck is going on. We got all those weather alerts, weather warnings, you name it. It's been going on, and we want to hear directly from the man who's in charge of taking care of all that stuff. We're going to have him live in just a little bit, but first, let's get you your headlines from the Associated Press.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. As the Pentagon pledged today would see the most intense U.S. airstrikes on Iran since the war began, Iran's attacked regional oil infrastructure and pledged to choke off the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of the world's oil is carried. Charles Deledesma has more.
Sirens warned of incoming missiles in Dubai, in the UAE and in Bahrain, while Saudi Arabia says it destroyed 2 drones over its oil-rich eastern region, and Kuwait's National Guard said it shot down 6 more. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vows his country will keep on striking the Islamic Republic, saying the aim of the campaign is the popular overthrow of its government. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Joint Chiefs Chairman Dan Kane maintains Iran's missile and drone launches have dropped sharply.
Ballistic missile attacks continue to trend downward, 90% from where they've started, and one-way attack drones have decreased 83% since the beginning of the operation.
In financial markets, oil prices remained well below the peaks hit Monday. Brent crude, the international standard, settling below $88 per barrel. That made for a steadier day for stocks. The S&P dipped about 0.2%. The Dow fell 34 points, less than 0.1%, while the Nasdaq saw a tiny gain. Still, U.S. gas prices have climbed to a national average of about $3.54 per gallon, according to AAA. That's up more than 60 cents from a month ago, something Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer took note of.
Donald Trump says, if it rises, it rises. He says, it doesn't really affect us. What a clueless thing to say. Has Donald Trump ever filled his own tank in his life?
It will take a couple of weeks, but gas prices will come back down.
House Speaker Mike Johnson.
This is a temporary blip.
One more piece of economic data, home sales rose in February, though they were 1.4% lower than February last year. This is AP News. A dignified transfer.
Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth joined the grieving family of a Kentucky man who was the 7th U.S. service member to die in combat during the Iran War, as his remains were brought back to the United States Monday night. The Pentagon says 26-year-old Army Sergeant Benjamin Pennington of Glendale died after being wounded during a March 1st attack on an airbase in Saudi Arabia. One of Pennington's former teachers, Tom Pitts.
He was basically the quintessential All-American.
A month after his Eagle ceremony, Pennington posted a photo of himself taking the oath of enlistment. He entered the service as a unit supply specialist and was assigned to the Space and Missile Command in 2025. Pennington will be posthumously promoted to Staff Sergeant. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
The latest at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. Rhythm and soul, so many ways. Together we rise through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all around, everything feels right. Brad on the show, bringing joy to our day. Into the Marianas breeze, let the worries drift away. Yeah, that was the air. Connection grows stronger. We show that we care. Rock on to feel the soulful flow. Look right on in Mariana, that's where you belong. The sweet island breeze and the ocean's embrace. Brad's got the stories, sunlight replace. Outside meditated, fall in this ride. Yeah, we're shining with love as our guide. So raise your voices high, let the music play on. Good morning, Marianas, we're where you belong.
Good morning, Marianas. Welcome. It is Wednesday morning here in Oleai, Saipan. It is a little rainy / sunny / cloudy / not bad. We're all over the place. All over the place. We're going to have some interesting updates about the weather here in just a about 2 minutes, we're going to have Landon on from the National Weather Service in Guam. He's going to tell us everything about what the heck's been going on out here. And do we have something to worry about with regards to the weather? Because it sounds a little scary, when we see some of these things. So we're going to hear about it in just a minute. But first, I want to say good morning to you guys, and we got a lot of stuff that we want to talk about. Yeah, blame Brandon, indeed. That's great. Hey, but let's talk about you guys before we hit to traffic. I want to get traffic, but I just saw a few of you guys out there. I'm so happy to see you. Annie, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Great to see you with us today. Tobat Castro, the Tint Man from Dan Dan. Always love this guy, man. This guy's one of the OGs. He should almost be FG for like first guy for who started watching the show back in the old days when we were back at the house. Candid News Group's in the house. They're saying, good morning, Brad and the Marianas. Good morning, Brother Troy. Man, it's great to see you. Even though I can't actually see you, but I can see you on there. And that's close enough. I'll take it. That's what I got. Jeff Hostaki's out there. He said, you are jamming this morning. Beautiful morning, too. I am feeling it. It was a long week so far, coming off of a pretty busy weekend last weekend and came in hot on Monday. And we have no signs of slowing down. We've got the Economic Forum from the Saipan Chamber of Commerce that we're going to be going to after the show today. And so we're going to be heading up there. In fact, saw some folks on the road. They're like, hey, you're not going up there first? I'm like, hey, I got a show to do, man. We got a job. We got to do that first. Lolong Aldan is here. It says, good morning, Brad and Sidus. Good to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Josephine Bassa says, good morning, CNMI. And there's Anselmo Iglesias saying, good morning from Charlotte, North Carolina. That's some serious reach. Great to see you. Thanks so much for being here with us. Connie Park Baza says, good morning. Good morning, Connie. Great to see you again. Thanks so much for joining us again. And Atau in the house, she never disappoints. She's always got the best cat gifts. If you think that you've got a better cat gift, then you guys need a cat off on that one. Mark Tassikin, hey, buenas. Great to see you. One of the guys I've known for many, many years. My veteran brother in the house, Eric Mofna, saying good Wednesday morning. Brad, Marianas, and everyone tuning in. Have a safe and good day. Take care, stay safe, and God bless you and your family. Always drive safely. Drive safely indeed. All right. Diego Lafette Villagomez, or Lafette Villagomez. I sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't get it right, but I'm working on it. He says, hey, Islanders. And Frank Rasa is out there saying, buenas, Brad son Marianas. And Saipan Nenny saying, hey, so much happened yesterday. Good morning, Marianas gang. Good morning. Good morning to you indeed. Josie is out there. Adarve, thanks so much for being here with us today. Hey, Delma Tessiro is here too. Great to see you. And maybe Tobat, maybe that's part of it. Wondering why he's all hyped up. He says, crack cocaine. I mean, great coffee. It could be both. You never know. I don't know what you put in your coffee, but it just takes a little bit of crack and your day could be great. Ding. And that'll be great for our dentist sponsors too, because you're going to have some dental issues for sure. You're at exit, sir, and start to work again. All right. Well, that sounds like that touchback is what's happening. Well, I'll tell you what. I am. Look at over there on the. By the way, I was gonna say. Great to see you, but I just looked over and saw all you guys over on the YouTube side too. Ignacio de la Cruz. Boy, this guy gives great, inspiring messages every morning as well. He's like the Eric Mopness of WhatsApp on the civilian side, not just the straight up veteran side. Thanks so much for all your messages. I'm telling you, these inspirational things keep you going and definitely keep you positive for all these things. Frank Rasa Sr. says, good morning, Brad Zun Marianas over on the YouTube side. Thank you so much. Luta Marianas says, good morning, Marianas. And, Joseph Crisosimo says, good morning from Cagman. Man, all the way out there in Cagman. I know you're spending on long distance just to be able to watch us all the way out there on the far side. I love Cagman. It's just such a beautiful village. The view is amazing. Get that fresh air right off the ocean. You can't beat it. You can't beat it at all. Well, speaking of that fresh air, we're going to be talking about it with the weatherman himself from Guam, Landon Aidlet. And he's Eidlet. My gosh, I got it wrong. My goodness. All right. Well, anyway, I told him we'd be ready to go in 5 minutes, and we are at 4 minutes and change. So let's give him a call. You know, we could sneak traffic in real quick before we get to him, can't we? I think we can. Ready? We could do it. We all got to be on the same page. Ready? Put your hands in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, break. All right, we're going to get to traffic, and then we're going to get to Landon, because this is what's going on right now. This is your live look at traffic in the Marianas. And holy cow, look at all of the traffic in Tinian. For real. This is a wild one where we're going to have to start doing the Tinian traffic report. For real. Look at that all the way over. Is that 8th Avenue? It is 8th Avenue, backed up all the way. That's how much work is getting done by those military guys over there, where that is all work. And then look at even the back part of that road, all the way down behind the airport. That is really how you could see how much work is getting done and how fast it's getting done over there on the Tinian side, and by the military guys with all that stuff. Now there's more traffic in Tinian than ever. They're also hustling to get everybody to and from school. You can see the congestion over there in San Jose is going wild too, as folks get to school, get to work, and get to JC Cafe to get some home cooked love from our friends and family. They're more family over there, I'm telling you, than they're just our friends. They are great. Hey, let's look in the Saipan side now, and you've got the Temple of Doom, which is what I think of the intersection between Shell Dandan and NMC. It is all traffic all the time. Folks trying to get up the hill, folks trying to get down the hill, folks trying to get in to the Pro Union. It is happening. There's all kinds of folks out there. And if you are going slow, don't worry. It's not just a couple cars ahead of you. It's going to be all the way as you're coming up the hill from Anazterlai all the way up to Shell Dandan. That might not be great news, but at least you can settle in knowing that that's the case. A little bit of traffic for folks coming up the hill over there by Guangdong Hardware. Chalampiao doesn't look too bad, but you're going to get a little bit of slowdown as you're going between Subway and Great Harvest Bread Company, giving you all kinds of fresh baked bread. Can you imagine how good some of that nice, hot, fresh baked bread from Great Harvest would be this morning, especially like with some of their butter that they've got? Oh, amazing. All right. Well, anyway, we're looking at some traffic going up past the schools and making our way to the old AK, and everything's looking good over there. Got some traffic over there by the intersection that matters, at the place where connections matter, ITNE, but that's really just people trying to get a selfie with Paul Guerrero early in the morning. Get that fresh smile from the man who can get you communications all across the U.S. nation. All right, let's do that double barrel look up Beach Road and Middle Road, and a little bit of traffic slowdown over there by the light at Quartermaster, but nothing to shake a stick at. And, of course, it's going to slow down when you start getting into Garapan, and then a little bit over there by the intersections by the tennis courts. Not too shabby. And not too shabby over there by the intersection at Marianas Heights as well. Now, when you get over to Isa Drive, though, that's when you're starting to go up Capitol Hill. Then you're going to see a little bit of traffic. Folks coming back from the north side and folks who are coming down the hill going by Ena's Kitchen. What do you know about Ena's Kitchen? Do you think it's pretty good? It is so delicious. That's where you should go for lunch today if you don't have a plan. It is amazing. Ena's Kitchen is absolutely delicious. They never fail to satisfy. They are pretty good. I'm a big fan of them, and you should be too. But that is not what we've got next. What we're going to go to, though, we are going to be going to some weather with our friend Landon Idlet. But I'll tell you what, today's traffic report's all wrapped up, and that's pretty good this morning. Brought to you by the folks over at AK. That's Atkins Kroll Saipan. They got a plan for you. They can help you with your down payment assistance. They can help you get some great low payments. They've got inside tracks on all the financial institutions here, and they've got great vehicles, and they all have 4 wheels. 5 if you count the spare. Look at that. The Tadza motorcycle, Tadza tricycle, but they can definitely get you where you need to go. Great prices too, and on some of the most dependable vehicles on the market with the best resale. You got your Tacomas, your RAV4s, your Camrys, your Corollas, your Corolla Crosses, and not to mention all their fancy Lexuses over there. Are they Lexuses or are they Lexi? What do they do? What is the plural for Lexus? Siri, what's the plural for Lexus? The plural for Lexus is Lexus. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's what we got there. Let's give Landon a call because we want to hear what is shaking with this weather. We're looking forward to it, not just for the plural of Lexus. We want to hear what's going on. Hold on. Yes, we're going to do a video call. Thank you. And we'll get him on there. Dun, dun, dun. You guys are going to be able to hear it ringing here in a second. And it looks like we are calling him as I'm going to switch the settings over here just before he gets here. You know, I used to have one just for him. Well, that got quiet pretty quick, but holy cow, here he is. I see him. He's on with us. It is Landon Idlet, the man, the myth, the legend. We've got all kinds of weather happening right now. It is not, it's just kind of wild out there, but hey, at least we got you on here to make some sense out of everything that's happening. Landon, how you doing this morning?
It's been a busy morning. It's been a busy week, and it's really since last week. It's just been this odd, unusual dry season pattern in place, and that's going to continue at least for another couple of more days. But there was quite a bit of rain overnight, correct, Brad?
Yes, definitely. We did get quite a bit of rain last night. I don't know. Well, I got to make this a full screen so I can get you on here. There we go. This is what we're looking at. Yeah, we did get a bunch of rain last night. It was just kind of a steady drizzle. Then it got heavy. Then it kind of got steady, back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of like
we were watching that last night. Yeah, we were watching that last night and saw the rain starting to build in right around the 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock time frame. And I'm going to go to the radar loop just to show you what we're looking at. So this is the current live look, but we're going to go all the way back. This is around 9 o'clock last night, showing those showers. And of course, you can see that big dark spot of emptiness right over Saipan and Tinian. That's not clear air and rain-free skies. That's the beam that's blocked from Mount Barragata here on northeastern Guam. So that blocks the radar beam. So if there's anything that we see over Saipan and Tinian, we're looking at things that are upwards of 20,000 feet up in the atmosphere. And so this tells me that things were generally below 20,000 feet. So you're going to see light to moderate showers and maybe some heavy showers, some heavy rainfall within this area, but it's otherwise riding in under the radar beam. Now, if we saw stuff up there over Saipan and Tinian, we're looking at stuff higher up in the atmosphere, and that would be more the torrential downpours that would really lead to quick flash flooding and runoff. So we didn't see that overnight, but it was just more of a steady, moderate to heavy rainfall. And so we saw between 3 and 6 inches of rain overnight across Saipan and Tinian, and that did result in some flood advisories and some flash flood warnings. And so I'm curious if there's any reports and impacts because that's very useful. But now things have cleared out. We are watching an area of showers starting to develop just west of Saipan and Tinian. Will that make its way over Saipan and Tinian? That remains to be seen. This is not a widespread area at the moment. It's just more of a small cluster of showers and maybe some thunderstorms. That's going to be tracking generally toward the CNMI. But looking at the satellite picture, much clearer skies this morning. I see some sunshine behind you outside in Saipan. That's going to be the theme through today. It's going to be a mix of sun. We have quite a bit of sunshine across Guam at the moment, Guam and Rota. But we're going to see some spotty showers, and those showers could be locally heavy at times. And so this is what's remaining of those showers that passed over Saipan last night. This is a tropical disturbance there. We're starting to get some daytime visible satellite imagery. It is an impressive looking area of showers and thunderstorms, and it's trying to get its act together. We see that burst of lightning right down here. Yeah. That's a sign that it is still trying to get a little better organized. It's not yet a tropical depression, but the Japan Meteorological Agency has analyzed it since last night as a tropical depression. Also, Pagasa does call it a tropical depression. The Joint Typhoon Warning Center does not yet call it a tropical depression. That change could come sometime today if they do perceive it as steadily intensifying. But the good news is, although it's coming toward the Mariana Islands, yes, that's correct. It's moving generally east-northeastward. That's the expectation. That's an odd motion for tropical cyclones near Yap and in the Philippine Sea, but it is possible, and we're going to see that possibility over the next couple of days. This is expected to track toward the Mariana Islands. If it does develop, it's time frame, its lifespan is going to be very short. And its peak potential for maximum strength and intensity is very limited because it's just not a very healthy environment. And as it does track farther northward or northeastward, it's going to become into a more hostile environment. And so that's going to eventually start to rip this thing apart. And so we're going to still anticipate the showers and some gusty winds over the next couple of days. Most likely scenario, we do anticipate to pass somewhere north of Saipan, probably Thursday later into Friday, but we're going to be watching it closely. But again, this will not be a typhoon. We do not see any expectation or even a possibility of a typhoon. We do not see any possibility of a tropical storm moving through the CNMI. So that is the good news. So we're going to be watching and working with JTWC closely in communication with them to see if and when they will upgrade to a tropical depression. And it may be a very short-lived tropical depression. But the impacts, we do expect gusty winds to redevelop across Saipan. We are looking at north winds around 6 to 10 miles per hour. So very calm out there this morning. Sunny skies this morning, maybe some spotty lingering showers. That's going to continue through the morning hours. But then we have showers starting to redevelop across the CNMI in areas later today and probably into tonight and tomorrow. So spotty showers, again, come with your sunglasses, your umbrellas, and your rain boots. Be prepared for all of it because that's just the situation we're in right now. And then those winds will start to shift out of the southwest as we go into Thursday and could become gusty at times during the daytime and then on into Friday as this disturbance in some form passes through the Mariana Islands, likely north of Saipan. Very complex weather setup, but the good news is we do not anticipate a tropical storm. We do not anticipate a typhoon. We're going to just have to ride this through, and eventually things will clear up, looks like by the weekend.
So it's a great time for people to take advantage of Mary Poppins Travel Agency. Just go outside with your umbrella. You can float all the way to Saipan.
Yeah, and you think back a couple weeks ago when we had those the shear lines passing through the Marianas, we had wind gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour at the Saipan airport. I just don't see that happening with this system, so we're not even looking at wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So again, it's going to get a lot of fanfare, especially if it gets upgraded, like the Japan Meteorological Agency. It's going to get some fanfare and a lot of anxiety when it becomes a tropical depression. But again, the prognosis, our forecasts are going to remain relatively unchanged. But people should keep a close watch on things because in this wet season type weather pattern, conditions now and in the next 6 hours could change dramatically the next 6 hour period. And we saw that yesterday with fairly decent weather conditions through most of the day. And then last night was a deluge. And so that's the typical cycles we can see in these weather patterns.
Well, it's something that we're paying attention to because our weather's been kind of freaky for the last few days, but also unseasonably cool. Or is it seasonably cool? Because it feels great. I love it. Nice low temperatures, but this is the time and now I'm thinking I need to buy a space heater.
Yeah, definitely the temperatures have been very seasonal, maybe a degree or two cooler than what it typically would be this time of year, especially March. We're starting to get out of those coolest months of the year. We should be much drier by now, and it starts to warm up over the coming months as we get into April, May, and June. That's usually our warmest months where most people complain about the heat, and then the clouds start increasing with the wet season. But, there's been anything but normality with the season so far.
Well, that may be for the coolest months of the year, but I know our coolest days of the year are Wednesdays because that's when you're on to talk about weather stuff, and it is great. We're watching all these patterns. We're watching all of a sudden we've got, and by the way, I can't figure some of this stuff out because there are days. So we got our regular, our regular beach that we hit on Sundays. And I watch the change of the beach based on, the weather patterns and like when there's a lot of runoff or where there's a high surf and all this other stuff. And there's days when I think there's going to be a rushing stream coming through and it ends up not. and but maybe it's just where the rain is falling by the time it makes its way over there. And then there's this when there's it seems like there's nothing going on, and there's this Russian River coming through also that carves that whole thing up. And man, I just got to keep watching and paying attention to all the stuff that you guys keep putting out to figure out like how this is going to go.
There's so many factors in that, and it's really fascinating, especially when it comes to beach sands. I mean, growing up on the Outer Banks, the beach looked different every day. I mean, generally, it has that gradual slope from the sand dunes and the street down to the waterfront, but the sand patterns, the water patterns, they're always shifting. But things like rainfall intensity, how hard is it raining at a given moment, and where is it falling? It could be a spotty shower, but if it's in the right area, it can have impacts local to that area. So there's so many factors involved, but that's why we always say just be aware and keep an eye to the sky always, especially in these wet season patterns, because things can and do change very quickly in such weather patterns.
Man, and I'll tell you, this one that's forming to the southwest of us, that thing, if it comes up over here, that is such a wild, like a little hook going around the opposite way. We don't often get those storms that come from that side.
Yeah, I got several phone calls when I put out the graphic on social media and worked a press release with Homeland Security Guam. And somebody called me and said, the PDN says it's moving northeastward and it's near Yap. They need to correct that. And I said, well, actually, that's what the forecast is. And so it's an odd pattern, but again, never put nature in a box, because nature does what nature does. And there's a mid-latitude or a mid-level atmospheric ridge just southeast of Guam, and that's a clockwise wind speed motion. And so that's the steering current for this overall pattern, and that's going to be taking that thing right up around the western side of that ridge and over the Mariana Islands. And so we have our typical trends, but weather will do what it does.
Weather is as weather does, Jedi. That is basically how that works out. Thanks. Hey, what's going on? What else is going on with you outside of the weather stuff? Any new updates on what's happening for the tower?
Nothing yet. Literally, since I got back from Saipan on Saturday, I went straight to the office Saturday morning, and I feel like I've been living at the office through the weekend and ever since, working this disturbed weather and trying to communicate it. But no new changes with the tower. But we're going to be probably starting to put a lot of plans and stuff together in May, late April, early May, once we get back from my dad's 80th birthday visit.
Hey!
That would be early April. So he's getting old. He's going to be meeting his expiration date at some point. I'm just kidding. I hope he doesn't meet that for years, but we like to joke him about that. Or his Best Buy date.
Nice.
So we're going to fly home in April and visit him. He doesn't know it yet. And so we're going to surprise him.
Oh, man, you know,
form.
He might be one of our viewers. You never know. You might have just spoiled the surprise.
I hope not. But we're going to come back late April and then dive into the plans and get things moving with the 9/11 25th anniversary project. And again, we're going to break ground August 29th at the Micronesia Mall, and we're going to build it and hopefully complete it by September 9th. Weather dependent. If weather is a threat and the way this 2026 is going, we'll have to play it by ear, but we'll be building overnight just to make sure we meet deadlines.
Wow. Well, that's going to be a great project. I can't wait to see it as well. And looking forward to seeing this overwhelming show of support from everybody out there. And Tobot says, yeah, Lincoln Log Gangsta. That is it. That's his next tattoo. Once you gotta log in to get in. There it is.
Somebody brought this to me just over the weekend. I have some students from the Mississippi College School of Business. They're here for an annual trip. They do like a travel to the Pacific and meet with different agencies and entities on Guam. So it's political science this time. And so I had them in the office, and the professor brought me this, knowing that we're big Lincoln Log fans. That is excellent.
Well, hey, Landon, thanks so much again for taking the time to do this. I know you probably never did leave the office since you got back, so thanks.
Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. So thanks for taking a break of having your plain walls with no decorations, and I know you're probably planning on that reconstruction too.
Yeah, eventually. So yeah, just to look ahead, the weekend doesn't look that bad. So I would not cancel plans at this point, but listen to forecasts closely. Don't panic over this tropical system. We're going to be watching it closely, and if anything goes sideways or there's any surprises, we will be communicating it quickly and loudly. But otherwise, we're going to see this ride right on through in some form or capacity. Just be ready for showers, spotty showers, thunderstorms, locally heavy rainfall, and periods of gusty southwest winds eventually.
And if the weather's bad, blame Brandon.
Blame Brandon.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hashtag blame Brandon. All right. Well, thanks so much, Landon. Really appreciate the time and the updates, and we'll keep it on. And if anything does happen between now and the end of the week, can we check in with you again?
Yeah, absolutely. You know where to find me.
All right. Hey, thanks so much. There he is. That's Mr. Weather right there, Landon Idlet, making sure that we know what's going on and taking that time from the National Weather Service in Guam to keep us updated. Thank you so much. All right, folks, we are going to head out and take a real quick break. We got to get some love for our sponsors. And by the way, if you haven't done it already, please give a like for today's show. And if you haven't already followed us on the NMI News Service here or Instagram or YouTube, now's a great time for you to do it. But you don't want to do it and miss all the commercials and all that stuff too. We have more for you coming up right after this.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your Bush today.
If you think girls and women's equality matter, stand up. If girls and women's sports matter, and you want your daughters to have the same opportunity you had, stand up. If you know that it isn't fair or safe to allow males to compete in girls' sports, because it's, well, obvious, stand up. Don't be cowed by people who call you a bigot. You're not a bigot. Don't let men tell us how to be good girls. Don't let others tell you you just need to be quiet. Sit down. Be nice. It's not nice to further a lie. It's not mean to believe in women's equality. We deserve our own sports, privacy, fairness, safety. We deserve a chance to compete and win. So don't be nice. Don't be careful. Be honest. Be brave. Fight for women. We've come too far to give up now.
And if you agree with that, stand up and stand with us.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with you.
Fox Sports Update.
It appears the NFL hasn't seen the last of four-time All-Pro tight end Travis Kelce. Kelce is nearing a deal to return to the Chiefs for a 14th season, according to multiple reports. The 36-year-old had been deciding whether he wanted to retire, but after another quality season, Kelce and quarterback Patrick Mahomes will team up for at least one more year. The Chiefs have also gone out and made a big splash in free agency. Kansas City will reportedly sign Super Bowl MVP running back Kenneth Walker to a 3-year deal worth $45 million. Walker went over 1,000 yards last season with the Seahawks and was a monster in the playoffs, rushing for 135 yards against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. On the diamond, the Dominican Republic continues to roll at the World Baseball Classic. The Dominican Republic hammered Israel 10-1 with Fernando Tatis launching a grand slam in the second inning.
1-2.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
To left, and it's going to blow the roof right off. Grand slam, Tatis.
Sound courtesy of Fox Sports 1 as the Dominicans have outscored their opponents 34-5 in 3 games. In the NBA, the league has canceled the Hawks' planned in-arena promotion for their game on March 16th. The Hawks planned a one-night collaboration with Magic City, an Atlanta strip club. In a statement, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said in part, quote, "While we appreciate the team's perspective and their desire to move forward, we have heard significant concerns from a broad array of league stakeholders, including fans, partners, and employees." Last week, Spurs big man Luke Cornett called on the Hawks to cancel the event, saying he and other players were surprised by the organization's decision. The evening was supposed to feature a live performance from rapper T.I. and have 2 versions of Magic City's famous chicken wings. For more scores, stories, and features, go to foxsports.com. I'm Joe Morgan.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care. Are you or someone you know living with a mental illness? Have you experienced abuse or neglect, denial of services, or discrimination because of a mental illness or disability? You have rights. NM Posse is the Northern Marianas Protection and Advocacy Systems Incorporated, and we're here for you. Individuals diagnosed with mental illness have human, civil, and legal rights under federal and local law. No one should be mistreated, denied services, or discriminated against because of a disability. NM Posse's PIME program provides protection and advocacy for individuals with mental illness and provides information about your rights, advocacy and assistance for eligible individuals, and support in cases involving abuse, neglect, or discrimination. Services are confidential and provided at no cost to eligible individuals. To learn more, call NM Posse today at 670-235-7273 or 7274 or email gborja@nmposse.org.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. More bold statements about the Iran war from the Pentagon. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Today will be, yet again, our most intense day of strikes inside Iran. The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes. Intelligence more refined and better than ever.
Hegseth says U.S. forces are degrading Iran's capabilities, but John Gambrell reports
Iran has continued its attacks on oil infrastructure in its Gulf Arab neighbors. Today, we saw a drone attack target Ruwais, which is a petrochemical plant city that's in the far western reaches of the United Arab Emirates. And this comes as already we've seen authorities in Bahrain as well as Qatar announce force majeure, saying that they're unable to meet their contractual obligations for their production. We also heard from the CEO of Saudi Aramco, the kingdom's oil giant, who today said that they were trying to get up to maximum capacity in the east-west pipeline. That will take oil basically from the kingdom on the Persian Gulf all the way to the Red Sea so it can get out to the public a different way.
Ed Donahue has reaction from Capitol Hill.
In the Senate, Massachusetts Democrat Elizabeth Warren says there's no clear mission. She wants to cut off funding.
To go to the Middle East and drop bombs on Iran for military purposes that no one can describe and that no one can explain.
South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham is all in.
We need to be all in and finish the job. I've never been more impressed with a military operation than I am at Epic, period.
I'm Ed Donahue.
In Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey's commuted the death sentence of a 75-year-old man who wants to have been executed this week. Charles Sonny Burton's sentence reduced to life in prison. Burton was not in the building when the victim was killed during a 1991 robbery. This is AP News. Seth Sutel now with the AP Markets Report.
Stocks held steadier on Wall Street as investors wait for the next signal on when the war with Iran may end. The S&P 500 dipped 0.2% Tuesday. Trading was a lot calmer compared with a day earlier. That's when stocks swung sharply because of extreme moves in the oil market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 34 points. That's about 0.1%. The Nasdaq Composite was essentially flat. Crude oil prices remained sharply below the peaks they hit a day earlier. Oil prices had plunged Monday from close to $120 a barrel to $90 a barrel as investors hoped for a quick end to the war. The hostilities with Iran could impact the flow of oil from the Persian Gulf. Treasury yields held relatively steady in the bond market. Seth Sutel, New York.
And sales of previously occupied homes rose modestly last month from January. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
And by sunrise, she's marching with a sign in the air. Hashtags flying everywhere. Paint on her jacket, fire in her eyes. Truth gets louder when the camera's live. She says she's saving the world in 4K live. Different stage when it's neon nights. By day she's preaching revolution plans. By night she's paying bills with OnlyFans. Cape in the closet, heels in her hand. Fighting the system and the algorithm. Having only friends ain't part of the plan. She funds the movement with OnlyFans.
All right, good morning, Marianas. 8:18 in the morning here on Wednesday. It is Hump Day. We are midway through the week and getting it done. Today's a big day for us here at the we call it a station, the channel, the news outlet. It's a busy day for us here because on top of doing the show today and having all you guys with us, which is amazing, we've got the Saipan Chamber of Commerce Economic Forum that's happening. It's starting now, by the way. People are making their way over, or wait for Aunt Attow. It's starting meow. It's getting going right now, and we are going to be up there. So after we get done with the show today, we are going to hop on the NMI News Copter and fly all the way up there. We'll give a report of the traffic as we're looking down on Beach Road and Middle Road, making our way up to the Kensington this morning. And then we're going to be presenting. We're going to be it's me. I'm going to be the moderator for the military part of the whole thing. We've got folks coming in from Guam, the commander of Joint Region Marianas, Admiral Midas, Rear Admiral Brett Midas is going to be in there. And he's not a small guy. You got to see him in person. And just a real nice guy, too. When you get to meet him, a football player, and now the commander over there, real easy to talk to. But he's not going to be giving us like a death by PowerPoint today. We're going to be hearing more from the presenters for the military part anyway. And that's this afternoon. There's other folks out there throughout the day. But the military part, we're going to have Mayor Aldon from Tinian. He's going to tell us about what has been happening with the military buildup over on the Tinian side with the construction. He's going to give us a whole bit about what he thinks the impact has been and what's been successful and what's not been successful during his time as mayor. And this is the last year he's going to be the mayor of Tinian after back-to-back terms. Then when there's going to be a new one, and who's it going to be? Patrick San Nicolas? Is it going to be Mr. Borja? I don't know. You don't know who it's going to be, but he's going to give us his wrap-up of what he thinks about everything. And then after that, we've got Glenna Regis is going to be on there. Now, she's got a lot to do with what's happening here in the Marianas because she used to be the director for the Commonwealth Bureau of Military Affairs, but also she now has her own business called Marianas Integration, where she has gone out and secured contracts so that her business is making some money off of this military buildup, and she is going to be your opportunity to get involved in it too. She'll help you with it. She'll let you know what they need because she got some big contract, and you with your business could subcontract off of that contract. So it's going to be really interesting. So those two are going to present, and then after that, it's going to be a big panel with folks from the governor's office, from CBMA, from the commerce side. The community side, you're going to hear an awful lot of what's working and what's not working. And the admiral there, again, he's not going to put you to sleep with a big PowerPoint presentation about this is the road and this is the CBs and this is what this is going to be more about the economic benefit and what they do have planned. And to have some to provide some feedback based on what he's hearing, and it gives him a direct line to the folks who are here, who live here, to hear about what's going on from the people who are living here, who are getting stuff done for the Commonwealth. The actual people who are at those meetings, and the ones who are on the ground making stuff happen. And it's the right nexus to have that, and then you're able to, in this economic forum, to be there and hear that conversation happen. So it's great. We got a bunch of questions saying, hey, are you streaming it? Oh, we were gonna. But the thing is, they want to make sure that it's a paid event. You got to pay to get in. So they want to make sure that more people buy those tickets than watch it for free online. And I don't blame them. I would want to do that too. But it is going to be worth being there. So if you can make it down, it's going to be at the Kensington. Military part's going to start just before 3 o'clock. And that's when you want to get in. All right. Well, let's get to a couple other things this morning. I want to say hi to some of you guys who have gotten in here since we were doing all the weather stuff and everything. I didn't get to say hi to so many of you who popped in. Like Clary in the best song. Great to see you this morning. I loved used to be able to see her smiling face every day back in the day when I worked at IT&E, and she did too. I think she retired recently. So congratulations to you. But it used to be great to see you there all the time. Michael McElroy was watching over there, I believe in Guam, but great to see you today as well. Kayla that was hilarious. I saw it pop up when you made the comment when Landon was on about only 99W. It's just Brad coming through. That's great. Louisa, thanks for being here with us today. Man, I'm going to call you after the show. We got to catch up on some stuff. I got some ideas for you. Richard Lozamo is watching. He's always out and about, traveling all over the world, but he found his time to be in here and join us today. It's great. And he was definitely here for the weather update, too. Branda Rita. Thanks so much. Branda Rita, by the way. I'm sure it's like Rita Branda. But Branda Rita sounds like the cool new drink that you can get at Godfather's Beach Bar. It's I don't know. Does it involve brandy and a brandy margarita? It's called the Branda Rita. I don't know, but I like it. Scott, well, I have to ask Scott to get on that. and we'll find out if they're available at happy hour. The new Brandarita, only available at Godfather's Beach Bar. Ann Moses with us this morning. Good morning. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us again. Always great to see you. Martin Cepeda is in the house. Thank you for joining us again, too. Katie Ann is here, too. Great to see you. And Venus was telling us open interviews today for esports internships at Casa Marianas from 10 to 5. My gosh, can we call you? We're going to call you. Totally out of the blue. We're totally going to call you. Oh, no, look at this. Hold on. Clary didn't retire. She's still working. She's now says, no, we get to see her smiling face at DPL. Clary, you're over at Public Lands. How awesome. What a win for you guys at Public Lands. I know you already know it because you got her smiling face every day over there as well. She's just so delightful. I'm telling you. Well, I don't have to tell you because you already know it. You don't even have to know. Alan Palacios is there. Speaking of people I used to work with. Great to see you. Good morning, Alan. So awesome to see you. Yeah, and Bruce Kamatsu in the house. I saw the other messages, but I couldn't go down there and give high fives to all the Hopwood kids and say, hey, what's up? But it is great. Thanks for the heads up on that as well. But Venus, I was going to jump into something else, but I want to call you real quick if you don't mind. And hopefully you don't. But I definitely want to get you on to talk about that internship stuff, because this is a great opportunity for folks to get an internship. I'm calling you out of the blue. I normally don't do this, but this, people are looking for jobs and everything here in the Marianas, and this could be a good one. Don't hate. Venus. Hey, good morning. You are actually live right now. I don't normally throw you to the wolves right away, but at least I'm giving you a heads
right?
up. Yes. Thank you for taking the call. I did my best to try to let you know I was calling with the show.
Perfect.
All right. Well,
perfect. Yes. So super exciting. We had a bunch of applications when we did the job fair, and we're finally at the point where we are ready to bring people in. So we've had people in yesterday and today. EJ is holding open interviews from 10 to 5. So we need at least 30 esports athletes coming out today.
Oh my goodness. 30? So tell us, can you talk to us about how this works? What is this internship and everything?
So I'm going to leave the internship part of it to Jeff and EJ to explain, just because I don't know all the ins and outs. I just know that they are starting and bringing people aboard, and we are getting these people hired and ready to start. We already have somebody ready to buy the data, so we just need people to come out and play games. So we will be running, we have 4 studios. It takes 30 people to run one studio 24 hours a day.
Wow. And this is an opportunity for people to get paid just to play video games.
To play video games. Right now we've got a UFC buyer, so that's what we're focusing on is UFC, but it's going to be all sports games eventually.
My goodness. So this is so exciting. Guys, if you want to get paid to play UFC, and it'll be other games too, but right now it's UFC. Yes. You get to hang out with the folks over at Casa Marianas. They've got all the details down there. You can talk to Jeff and EJ and get the specifics, but if you're interested in doing, if you're not doing anything right now, or even if you are, this might be a great change.
Right. 18 and over.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, come on down, Casa Marianas, anytime today between 10 and 5. And then we've got our tournament tomorrow night.
Yes, because tomorrow's Thursday.
Yes. So tomorrow is UFC and NBA 2K.
Woo. Got it both going on over there. At the same time, is it possible that someone could enter both? I'm guessing that's going to be kind of hard. You'd have to bounce back.
No, they've got to do one or the other, just with timing.
Okay.
We've had people try, but timing, it just doesn't work out. So one or the other. They have separate prize pools. So.
And it's free to
tomorrow
join?
From 6 to 8. Free to enter, yeah. Yeah, free to enter, free food.
Free to enter, free to play, free food, and you could win some money off of these things too if you win the tournament.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Up to $70.
Wow. It sounds like a no-brainer. Like anytime, I think it's just the best thing ever. And if
I
folks
know,
are
I'm
just
about to start playing.
You should. Now, if we could get you to play
I would
soccer.
not win, that's for sure. Right?
Yeah. By the way, we missed
Awesome.
Jeff
Yes.
out there on the field on Sunday. It would have been great to have him hanging
Yeah,
out.
he's getting old.
Oh, no way. Louisa says,
Hopefully he's not listening.
Louisa says, you had me at food. Yep, that's it. Louisa,
Right,
get down there.
exactly. Yes, tomorrow, 6 to 8. Sign-up start at 4, but today, 10 to 5.
Now, these interviews are 18 and up, but how about for the gaming? Is that open to anyone?
18 also.
Okay, 18 and up for the gaming tournaments.
Yes.
As well. Okay, so
Yes.
so that's it.
Yes.
Now you know. In case you didn't know, now you know. All right.
Now you do. And it's all on our website as well at CasaMarianas.com.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's the big update. That'll be a lot of fun tonight. It's such a great opportunity for folks. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, have a great day. Anything else? Any shout outs or anything?
Movie night, community movie night is huge. Friday and Saturday, we do free community movies. Those are on Instagram and on our website. Every Friday is a family movie. Saturday is usually PG-13 or R-rated, but free popcorn, free movie.
Awesome. A free popcorn and a free movie. You got to be kidding. This is just a great deal. Any idea what you guys are playing this week?
Yeah, let me look at I've got it posted here. Let's see. We are Superman on Friday, and then The Smashing Machine on Saturday.
The Smashing Machine.
Next weekend, we've got How to Train Your Dragon and Sinners, and then Elio and Barbie.
Wow. This is great. I love it.
So those are all on Instagram and on the website as well. First 30 people, free entry. Sign up on our website.
This is great. And we were down there. We got to check it out. If you get there early, you get the real comfy chairs.
Yes. Yes. Only a couple of those, but
That's a start. That's what's going to get you to get there early. Well,
exactly.
You guys have your hands
Awesome.
full, and good luck with all of the interviews from 10 to 5 today for folks who want to get in on one of these gaming internships. Got to be 18.
Awesome.
Get down there, Casa Marianas, 10 to 5 today.
Thank you so much. Have an amazing day.
All right, you too. Take care.
All right. Bye, Brad.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, that was Venus. Yeah, they had that song. Hey, Venus. Venus is the girl. Dun, dun, dun. Yep, you got to know the words. It's a deep cut. It's an old song, but it's a good one. All right. Well, anyway, let's get back to blowing you away with the background music there. You're welcome. 8:32 this morning as we're going to get in and start talking about some of the other stuff that is happening here. And, oh, man. Where do you want to begin? We started talking about what's happening with the news, but what I like is this letter that we got from our Congressman Vincent Cobre Aldon, talking about what's going on with the gas prices, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, there's a reason why you got issues with your gas, why it's so expensive, because you're too dependent on it. We can break free of that stuff." We're going to be posting this one on the website, and we got the story written up for you guys as well. Oh, here, let me open this up. But I love it because it's really a big message to the community saying, hey, the rest of the CNMI should be focused on taking care of this stuff too. He got this to us yesterday. It's just a letter to the community. He's like, hey, this is why the fuel prices are rising and why the rest of the stuff that we have might follow right after, and why we've really got to accelerate this transition to renewable energy. And he's even got it like lit on. You can't see it as well because there's a picture of me on there. Hold on. But here, let me move that up a little bit out of the way. And you'll be able to see like what he's talking about. He's like, hey, here's the big message that the conflict in the Middle East is pushing up global oil, refined fuel, freight, and insurance costs. And because the CNMI depends heavily on imported fuel, including fuel price through Singapore, our power, transportation, and imported goods are vulnerable to higher near-term costs. That's why accelerating local renewable energy now is an economic and energy security necessity. And so now he's got this whole letter that you're going to be able to read in full on our website. And and then I also got a story for it too. But he goes through and details the whole thing, and pretty detailed. And it's great. And what we'd like to have him do is come on and talk about it. We just can't do it now because we're going to have to leave and head off to the economic forum, and I can't just drop that on him suddenly. But we do want to get him on here, and it's a real common sense approach. Like, this is I love this format because it is one of our elected officials that says, hey, here's a breakdown. You might not be following everything that's happening and all that stuff, but I am breaking it down for you. And this is it. In fact, I just give you a little touch of it. He says, half a day, I write to explain in clear terms why fuel prices are going up, why the prices of many other commodities may soon follow, and why this moment should serve as a wake-up call for the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands to accelerate the transition toward renewable energy sources that are abundant in our region. The first issue is the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. That region remains one of the most important energy producing and energy transit areas in the world. When armed conflicts threaten the oil fields, refinery operations, tanker movements, or major shipping choke points, global markets react quickly. Prices rise not only because of the actual supply disruptions, but also because of risk. Traders, refiners, shipping companies, and insurers all begin pricing in the possibility of reduced supply, delayed deliveries, higher war risk insurance, and more expensive transportation routes. This matters because fuel prices are not determined only by what happens at the local pump. They are shaped by a chain of upstream costs: crude oil production, refining, storage, marine insurance, tanker availability, shipping routes, port congestion, and wholesale benchmark pricing. When instability affects any major part of that chain, the increase is eventually felt by fuel buyers everywhere, especially island jurisdictions that rely on imported fuel for power generation, transportation, and the movement of goods. For the CNMI, this exposure is especially serious. Our islands remain heavily dependent on imported petroleum products. Fuel is not just used for vehicles, it is embedded across our economy. It helps us generate electricity, moves cargo by ship, truck, supports aviation, powers fishing and commercial operations, and affects construction, refrigeration, water production, and the delivery of basic necessities. When fuel prices rise, businesses face higher operating costs, and those costs are then passed along to the consumer through higher prices on food, building materials, household goods, shipping charges, and other daily essentials. That is why fuel price increases rarely stay limited to fuel alone. They spread outward. Once diesel, gasoline, bunker fuel, and other petroleum-related costs increase, nearly every imported commodity becomes more expensive to move, store, or sell. In the CNMI, where so much of what we consume is imported, this creates a multiplier effect. Higher fuel costs can quickly become higher utility costs, higher freight costs, and higher retail prices. Families feel it at the grocery store. Small businesses feel it in inventory, transportation, and operations. Public agencies feel it in service delivery and budget pressure. It is also critical for the public to understand that our fuel supply sourced through Singapore will absolutely be affected. Singapore is one of Asia's principal refining, storage, and trading hubs for petroleum products. Even if our fuel is not loaded in the Middle East itself, the price of fuel sold through Singapore is connected to broader regional and global conditions. If crude supply from the Middle East is disrupted, threatened, or made more expensive to transport, the effects move through the Asian refining and trading system. That means the wholesale price basis in Singapore will rise, and buyers such as the CNMI will feel that increase. In practical terms, our fuel source from Singapore is not insulated from the Middle East conflict. It is directly influenced by it. And this is why it's reasonable to expect our fuel supply costs to increase and why it's prudent to prepare the public now. We should not wait until the effect is fully reflected in bills, freight rates, and shelf prices before explaining what is happening. Transparency matters. The people deserve to understand that when global conflicts hit energy markets, the CNMI is especially vulnerable because we remain dependent on fuel we do not produce and shipping routes we do not control. This reality also strengthens the case for renewable energy in the CNMI. Our region is rich in solar resources. Sunlight is one fuel source we have in abundance. Unlike imported petroleum, solar energy is not subject to tanker disruptions, war risk insurance, refinery bottlenecks, or volatile international fuel benchmarks. Every kilowatt hour that can be generated locally from renewable sources reduces our exposure to outside geopolitical shocks. Transitioning to renewable energy is therefore not only an environmental goal, it's an economic security strategy, a household cost stability strategy, and a resilience strategy. By increasing our use of solar generation, battery storage, grid modernization, and other appropriate renewable technologies, the CNMI can gradually reduce dependence on imported fuel and lessen the severity of external price shocks. The more local energy we produce, the more control we gain over our long-term cost structure. This transition must be practical and disciplined. The CNMI still needs reliable power, firm capacity, transmission improvements, and sound utility planning. The renewable integration must be done in a way that protects grid reliability and public trust. But the direction should be unmistakable. Continuing to rely too heavily on imported fuel leaves us exposed to every conflict, disruption, and market spike abroad. Investing in local renewable energy gives us a path toward greater stability, stronger resilience, and better protection for ratepayers and consumers. The message is simple. What happens in the Middle East does not stay in the Middle East. It reaches global oil markets, Asian fuel hubs, international shipping networks, and ultimately the CNMI. The result is higher fuel costs today and likely higher commodity prices in the near future. If we want to protect our people, our businesses, and our economy, we must take energy security seriously and accelerate the transition to renewable energy sources that are abundant right here in our region. Respectfully, Vincent Semin Aldon, Precinct 1 Representative and the Chairman of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee for the House of Representatives. How about that? How about that? Well, there you go, folks. That's the one that we're going to be talking on here. Checking you out there, Mike says, Trump said that stuff, different energy sources, is fake news. Are you saying Trump has no common sense? We're saying a lot of things, good things, local things, American things. There's a lot, but I could definitely appreciate this message that we got from the representative because it makes sense to me. Like, I know that something that someone does for their house can't be the whole thing that makes sense for the whole Commonwealth because it's not there. And there's things that depend on like the scale and how many people are depending on it. But I can tell you for sure that I know folks who have made that investment, and it's not a little investment. You know, some people have more means to do different things. But I know more and more people who are starting to go off grid with some of their utilities and the like with their power in particular. And they invested in their batteries, and they don't have a power bill. Now, are they front loading all their costs up front now? And that they're going to have to end up paying more later for batteries and equipment and all that stuff? Maybe. I mean, it remains to be seen. It's like those long-term cost analyses. But I'll tell you what, it makes, to me, just a regular, everyday guy, it makes common sense to me. Like, if you have the ability to just tap the sun, yeah, let's do it. And I know that there's all these other ones that are like, oh, we should go tidal. You know, I don't know that anyone's been able to successfully do that yet, and where would you put it and all that stuff? I don't know about all that, but if there's a way to take advantage of what we got, we already know that what we've got here in the CNMI is pretty solid, and we should take advantage of the resources and our location and all that stuff. And I guess that's it. I mean, like, if we could do that with our renewable stuff, that would be great. Because, yeah, it does suck that we are at the whims of what's going on in the rest of the world. I mean, think about it. We would adjust if we had to. Like, imagine some crazy dystopian world where, like, the world's at war and we're cut off from everybody. I know that's crazy talk. But you know what we'd end up doing? We'd figure out how to get by on what we got for solar. And there would be a lot more bike riders, I bet, and walkers. We probably live a lot closer together, too. But because we're not there, all the way there, it's not a necessity. But I could tell you, it would be pretty cool to be able to get us to be more renewable. It would be awesome. Bruce Camacho says, Rep. Aldana is a very active chairman for the Public Utilities Commission Committee. Good job on his part. And, I got another comment. Yeah, I know in the WhatsApp comment, I know what you're saying. But when I read this thing, to be fair, when I read this, it doesn't sound to me like he's laying blame on anybody for it. I think he's just trying to explain, and again, this is just my take when I read it on its face. What it says to me, it's kind of letting people know, providing a basic explanation of why, the fuel prices go up and how it's going to affect everything else. And that we need to move forward on renewable energy here in the Marianas. And that seems pretty fair to me. I don't think there's anyone in here. It doesn't say, if those stupid people, blah, blah, blah. I didn't see that in there. But I hear you. I know. Yeah, this letter wasn't created in a vacuum. Like there's other interactions and stuff like that. But that's it. That's it. All right. Where are we? We are at 8:46. I want to see the rest of you guys in the comments too. Fred Takata says, hey, back to the old times. Firewood and no lights. Hey, don't we get that like every couple of weeks anyway? Just teasing, guys. Let's see where we are. Evelyn says, thank you, Eric. I must have missed something earlier. Dispense up. Yeah, James, I hear you on that for sure. Where we go. Yeah, by the way, so that's just what I'm thinking. That's just my anonymous WhatsApp comment. That's just my take on it. When I read that one, that's just how it felt to me. Like I know that it came with, it's just a bunch of words on that one, but it doesn't, there's been plenty of other interactions, I know. But this one, I like the idea of moving it. Like 11 years ago when I was with CUC, they were talking about doing it. It's not an easy fix. And the director back then is, the director we have now is more of a water guy than a power guy. But the director back when I was there, they're like, hey, we are always going to have some level of diesel here, because if solar goes up and down as far as the amount that's coming in, then, you got to be prepared to pick up the slack to make sure, through diesel, to make sure that we have the right baseload need for the Commonwealth. I totally understand it. I do. About that part anyway. Some things in life, not everything, but at least for that. All right. Well, that's a tough one. It is a tough one. But, how cool would it be better if the Commonwealth just started outfitting everybody's home with a do-it-yourself power and battery kit, and CUC became more of an agency that comes out and checks your batteries and your solar hookups when things aren't working. Could you imagine that? What if we just had a small power plant and we pay CUC, but CUC is really pays for your solar setup at your house. So you're paying based on their ability to maintain that. Almost like no power grid. Holy cow, right? Would that be more expensive in the long run? I don't know. It sounds crazy. Imagine that. If CUC started outfitting folks, taking them off the power grid one by one, and going house to house first and outfitting everybody's house with solar. And your bill to CUC is about that, to make sure you pay for that over time and when you need it and all that other stuff. Hooks your house up with the proper battery and that. And imagine, I don't know, maybe we've been going about it the wrong way. Maybe that's part of the model. CUC starts to wind itself down. We don't have to have that big ass power plant as long as we're able to knock all that stuff out. That could be a completely different way of doing it. Some people are going to eventually need more, so you're going to have to add to that. So you have to put in your work requests through CUC to get more solar at your house. You end up doing that. You pay for it through your bill. I mean, maybe that would be something, huh? I could see it. Maybe it's just the caffeine and conversation. And that's kind of what we do anyway. All right. Well then. All righty then. I'll tell you what, we do have a sports update, so let's get you that before we get too far into something else. Let's get you guys a sports update. Oh, yeah, Evelyn, thank you. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Now I understand what you're saying. All right, hey, here's your latest sports update from our friends at Fox Sports. We'll be right back with more of this right after.
Fox Sports Update.
He's on his way to another MVP award.
SGA with 5. SGA step back 3. He's got it! 2.7 left. OKC by 3. Gordon the Heave. No!
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander delivering in an MVP showdown, swishing a winning step-back three-pointer with just 3.3 seconds remaining on the clock to lift the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder to a 129-126 victory over the Denver Nuggets. SGA's final line on the night, 35 points, a career-high 15 assists, and no turnovers. Wow.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Other games on the hardwood, the Cavaliers beat the Sixers 115-101. The Nets over the Grizzlies 126-115. The Jazz knocked off the Warriors 119-116. And the Knicks completed the sweep. They lost to both the Clippers and the Lakers. The Clippers beat the Knicks last night 126-118. At the World Baseball Classic, Team USA, they beat Mexico 5-3 behind home runs from Aaron Judge and Roman Anthony. Next up, Italy tonight in Houston. Team USA looking for a spot in the quarterfinals. Other winners last night, Puerto Rico over Cuba 4-1. Venezuela blanked Nicaragua 4-0. And just underway right now, bottom of the second inning, they are scoreless between Czechia and Japan. On the ice in the National Hockey League, the winners, the Kings, Capitals, Rangers, Blackhawks, and Senators. Top 25 college basketball, 12th-ranked Gonzaga beat Oregon State, and Santa Clara upset number 21 St. Mary's, so those two teams will meet in the WCC final. Two more schools, meanwhile, earning automatic NCAA bids. Furman and Troy will be dancing. And from the NFL, one day after being cut by the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa signing a one-year deal to quarterback the Falcons. For more scores, stories, and features, head on over to foxsports.com. I'm Frank Lanza.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with
They're friends and neighbors, sons, fathers. They're little league coaches and veterans. They're people who love this country. These are Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers. They are removing violent criminals from our streets and neighborhoods. It's dangerous and difficult work. But ICE has one mission: to make America a safer place to live. And that's what they're doing. This is law enforcement. This is ICE.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
With the waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Rap brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, goes the kind of wish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. With laughter and stories, come what may.
All right, Marianas, welcome back. I got to share a video with you guys that I think you guys get a kick out of. So this is a video with the McDonald's CEO. Have you guys heard about this one yet? I haven't seen it. I haven't previewed this, but apparently he is getting roasted right now over a video that he did eating a part of a burger, I guess, is the way you would put it, part of a burger, because it looks like he may not have enjoyed this burger as much as you would want your CEO to enjoy it. So we're gonna post it up here right now, if you're ready. So let's do that and get ready to watch this. So I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit. Again, I haven't seen it yet. This is this is the new Arch burger that they've got. Now let's see if this is indeed the video. You ready? Oh, well, it'll help if we get the volume.
The Big Arch. This is something that we have tested already in Portugal, Germany, Canada. I love this product. It is so good. I'm going to do a tasting right now, but I'm going to eat this for my lunch, just so you know. So here we go. First, holy cow. God, that is a big burger. We've got a very unique kind of sesame poppy sort of bun on it. We've got 2 quarter-pound patties, a delicious Big Arch sauce, and of course some lettuce. So, there's so much going on with this. First of all, let's try to get this thing, I don't even know how to attack it. Got so much to it. Oh, there's also some crispy onions on here as well. I see those kind of coming out. All right, the moment of truth. That is so good. That's a big bite for a big arch. It's distinctively McDonald's. Only McDonald's could do this type of burger, but it also is unlike anything else on our menu. It's a delicious product. You know, you've got sort of the cheeses and the gooiness, but those crispy onions as well gives a nice texture. And of course, we've got the pickles. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my lunch, but Big Arch, try it when you can get it. Chris K here with, you've heard about it. Here it is.
This is not the exact video.
This is something that we have tested already.
Portugal. Because the way it was described to me was different. But he just took like the teeniest little kid bite. But hold on, let me find it. See if I can find the other one.
God, that is a big burger. We've got
because then they show like the big bite. But the way it was described, the way I heard about it was that you actually see him kind of like taking the food out.
A delicious Big Arch.
I haven't tried this burger, but it does look good.
Some lettuce. So, there's so much going on.
They got sesame seeds and chia seeds.
Try to get this thing. I don't even know how to attack it. Got so much to it. Oh, there's also some crispy onions on here as well. I see those kind of coming out.
Let's see his little teeny baby bite. Just a little bit.
That is so good. That's a big bite for a big arch. It's distinctively McDonald's. Only McDonald's could do this type of burger, but it also is unlike anything else on our menu.
All right. Well, I want to find out. I'm going to see if we can find the other videos for this guy's stuff, because I wonder if they changed it, because the way the commentary that we've heard is that they actually see him like. Not going at, okay, so what is it? I don't even think it is being a real big deal, but he did take a little baby bite versus on that, right? I mean, like, that's it. It looks like a little teeny little baby bite. That's not the kind of bite. If I'm going in with the sandwich, like, I'm committing with a burger. Like, I want to get this just to do my own review on it. To show like oh my gosh, some people have been doing like analyses of the depth of the bite and how much, oh my gosh, I love this. Hold on, I'm gonna put this on the screen for you. Someone's got a graphic that they made that shows about how much of the burger he actually ate compared to the size of the bite that's in the burger. That's got to be what the uproar is all about. The goofiness of this whole issue. I'm laughing. Oh my goodness. I'm laughing because of this graphic that's on there. Hold on. People are ripping this guy. This is awesome. Oh my God. Oh, NBC was showing it at the beginning. That's great. That is too good. Yeah, it's Today, like the Today Show. It says McDonald's CEO goes viral for the incredibly alien way he eats a burger. It just looks like a peck of a burger is the way he ended up doing it. I think that's the big deal for me. I thought the guy was pretty much like taken out of his mouth, like, I don't really like this. But it just turns out the guy just eats weird. And I know a lot of people like that. I'm probably one of them. So I can't give the guy a hard time about eating like a weirdo. That's not fair. There. That to me is great. Like that guy on there, like that dude, that is how you roast somebody. Oh, it's the stupid things, the little things in life that keep us going. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today. That is going to wrap us up. We're going to get out of here, hop in the newscopter and head to the Kensington for the Economic Forum. Hopefully we'll see you guys down there. Thank you for joining us today and for being a part of the program and for your likes, your comments, your follows, your subscriptions, all that kind of stuff. So please, if you haven't already, while you're watching the show, before you go, hit like on this show today. And then if you haven't already done it, please follow us on Instagram and follow us and subscribe to us over on YouTube. So by the way, you'll get notified every time we go live on YouTube. And if you are watching on the website, please keep doing it. If you've got friends who want to watch the show or watch any of our other things and they don't have social media, that's a problema. That's one of the reasons why we got this website going, nminewsservice.com, so you can watch it even without having social media. When we go live, it's right there. So that's it. Hey, Ryan, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today, too. And Marianne, great to see you guys. Greg, Mike just showed up. Great to see you, too. I know, you're late, but don't worry. We'll be back again tomorrow for sure. We have got so much going on. And we've got a lot going on today, so we got to get out of here and go and get it. All right, well, thanks for joining us, Marianas. Remember, send us if you've got news tips, if you've got ideas, if things are happening, if there's a story that you want to cover. Maybe you have a thought about one of the stories that we covered. Send us a message. You can WhatsApp us. You can send us a message directly on the website as well. If you've got news tips but you want to be anonymous, we will not compromise that trust. You can send it to us, and if you've got tips that you need to get to DPS for some crimes and stuff like that, Crime Stopper is still your best. But if you want to do it through us, we could do that too. Your name will not be attached to any of it unless you want it to be. It's a perfectly anonymous way for you to do it, and we'll be happy to help you fight crime in the Marianas. All right, guys, that's what we got for you today. Thanks for joining us. Great to see all of you. And, the great thing about this is that if you did just show up late, you could see us again later. So don't worry about it. You could scroll back and watch us from the start. That's kind of a cool thing. All right, guys, we'll see you again. Have a great day. Take care.